Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
Those who tell stories rule society, and you know exactly who's ruling society today. Really proud to associate ourselves partner with Annecy, which is the world's biggest animation film festival.
India is a huge country for cinema.
I think the new generation is quite irreverent and in a very nice way. They have broken a lot of the paradigms. We may not made up of atoms, we're made up of stories. That's who we are.
First of all, what a fantastic initiative, what a fantastic name, I would say. I'm overwhelmed by the capacity of all the elements together that India look forwards to from international map, be it VFX, be it technology, be it gaming, everything under one umbrella, under one roof, and in a capacity that is so overwhelming. Thank you so much, first of all, joining us on Latest. Kireet sir, Mickaël, Véronique, thank you so much for taking your time out and to talk about this humongous thing, which I think people are going to look up to and going to like and going to be inspired from. So we're going to start with Kireet sir, of course. I mean, how do you see this whole initiative propelling what it wants to propel in the truest sense of the word for India per se? Not just Indian Bollywood film industry, but Indian cinema, taking it on the global scale.
So we know that we have the world's largest industry as far as films is concerned. That is, the Indian film industry is making more than 1,000 films now. In the animation space also and the gaming space also, we're not doing badly at all. We're one of the largest service providers in the world. Having said that, because we're mostly the back end to the office, we're not really too much of a storytelling economy right now as far as the AVGC industry is concerned. The AVGC is the animation, visual effects, gaming and comics industry. The AVGC industry is predominantly still in the servicing space. And I think we have extraordinary talent in this country, emerging talent that needs to be honed, needs to be mentored, needs to be shown the path. And therefore, we're really proud to associate ourselves partner with Annecy, which is the world's biggest animation film festival, and they have opened their hearts and to us, and they are happy to collaborate with us. And Mickaël and Véronique, thank you for being part of Animela. The idea is to see how we can promote our artists and create an event by which we can also talk about India being a destination of where there is a lot of creation, original creation happening, not just a service providing economy or industry. We want to go up the value chain. We want to tell our own stories, but tell it in a world that the world embraces them and world enjoys them. And so that's the real challenge there.
Because as an outsider in the sea of Annecy, how do you see India as a potential, not just a partner, but not just a market, but something that can tell stories in a way that is perhaps already running through your head, visiting this country, knowing this country, the market and the making? How do you see that?
India is a huge country for cinema, and our belief, what we think is, we think that India should be as well a country for animation to propose not only services as India did in the last 20 or 25 years, but now to provide Indian content, Indian stories, Indian characters, in order to bring as well, to propose to the world Indian values as well. That's why we are here, in order to help artists. We've seen a lot of artists now, emerging artists. There is a new waves of creation here, and it's our role to help, and we are more than happy to be here in India.
Véronique, how do you see it? Someone who specializes in languages as well, apart from your core domain, how do you see India pushing forward in terms of its own languages, its own culture, at the same time getting recognized on the global platform?
Well, in Annecy, we have this market site where we welcome many countries, more than 100, and we offer possibilities for them to show their content, to show their culture. And we have platforms, TV channels, distributors coming to look for content, and varied content. And of course, India should be there. That's why we're here, to meet people and also have them come in Annecy and show their content for distribution for the whole world.
Véronique, Mickaël, when I draw your opinion on this, what are the boxes that you tick before coming on board, before associating for something as exciting as this?
Well, I would say that the very important box would be the community that is emerging right now, and we can see it. Collaboration is essential, and we've arrived here and we've seen collaboration and the will to work together to build something, and we are happy to be part of this emerging.
And the Animela team is great, very professional. We can feel all the partners are very happy to be on board. So for us, it's a good sign of, as Véronique said, we need to have a community that would like to gather its efforts to make it very successful.
For a very long time, Indian cinema was looked upon as something, even the makers and the actors, that here's something that the platform that provides only song and dance routine, and that perception is breaking. We have great stories to tell, with or without dance and songs. In terms of gaming, in terms of comics, as I was saying, in terms of VFX, we are coming across the huge force. So in that sense, what are the changes that you have perceived in the past decade or so?
I think the new generation is quite irreverent and in a very nice way. They have broken a lot of the paradigms, a lot of the prejudices, a lot of the they are quite liberal in their thinking, and they're quite forward in their thinking in terms of they know what's going on in the world thanks to the internet and thanks to the exposure and thanks to the fact that there are higher disposable incomes now as well. So I think we are in a place where this talent, that pool that is coming of illustrators, comic creators, and gamers, and game narratives, and animation storytellers, and everybody now, they are thinking very, very differently because they are brought up in a very different world, and they have all the technology available to them. So they have the access to a lot of the information on the net in terms of the knowledge, but they need that one-on-one exposure, they need that one-on-one mentoring, they need that tactile sort of embrace so that they can finish their products and make it for the rest of the world. So the rest of the world, I personally think we just exposure is what they are missing right now.
And for us in Annecy, we recently have some Indian movies that were awarded, and in Annecy the competition is very, very strong, very difficult. So for us, it's like a movie like Wade, like
Yes.
Fish Curry. So for us, it's a sign of, as I said, emerging talent. New talent are coming from India, and that's something that we want to support, and we can feel it.
And also, what's interesting, it's true, is that the way to tell stories now, there are many ways. So it can be through animation, through video games, through comics, and that's what we see now from the young generation. They can use technology very easily, and they can use many ways to tell stories, and that's what we want to bring also.
It's always nice to hear great concept, great ideas. Always nice to have people who have vision.
Right.
Here's hoping that you achieve what you want to achieve. Thanks
Thank
a lot
you.
for your time. Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you.
having this chat.